Welcome to my channel and welcome to the series. Over the coming weeks, months or even years, I am embarking on the journey to renovate a 1950s Coca-Cola vending machine. Why? What is the fascination with such a thing? Well, back in late 2020, mid-pandemic, I decided I wanted to restore and own one of these pieces of history. It's not really nostalgia, as I certainly didn't grow up around these items. I think I'm probably drawn to the retro nature of them and the challenges wanting to bring one back to life. So, what am I referring to? Well, probably something like one of these. They come in various shapes and sizes. The first step in my research was to look into how you get hold of such a thing. Obviously, going to the usual places such as eBay provided some initial insight. Further searching found some options on Craigslist as well as Facebook Marketplace. What I did find is that most listings were listed across each of the platforms and thus were repeated. In each case, the location of the vending machine was the biggest challenge. Also, the quality and state of the machines varied quite considerably with the price. Finding a machine that would not break the bank and not require me to refinance my home to pay for shipping was going to be a challenge. I stumbled across a machine that was in reasonable condition, not great, but not too bad. It was located in Indianapolis. Here are a few photos that were on the original Craigslist listing. If I was to move forward with this purchase, I would obviously need to arrange shipping of the item back to where I'm located, which is in Boston. I spent some time researching the shipping options and found prices ranging from $500 to $2,500. While trying to decide if I should purchase the sight unseen vending machine and arrange the less than a truckload, or LTL as it's referred to, I stumbled upon a vending machine closer to me in south of Boston. As a side note, if you are looking to purchase such an item, shipping is feasible and I encourage you to shop around. The key factors for shipping cost are distance to ship and the weight of the item. Obviously, there were associated add-on services, white glove service, wrapping, lift gate, etc., etc. These vending machines are not light and weigh over 300 pounds, so weight is definitely a factor to consider. The machine that I found was located about 45 minutes from my home to the south of Boston. Here are a few of the photos that were on the Craigslist listing. The price for this was substantially more than the machine I found in Indianapolis, but appeared to be in better shape. After some conversations with the owner, we were able to agree upon a mutually acceptable price. I was certainly happy, and the owner was happy to be selling it to someone that was looking to embark on a restoration project such as this, to restore it back to its former glory. With some help from my father-in-law, I was able to go check out the vending machine and pick it up to bring home. Not literally pick it up, as I mentioned, it's pretty heavy, weighing over 300 pounds. But we were able to load it into his truck and bring it safely home. And so it's at this point that the journey begins. Here we have it, the Cavalier CS-96a. The Cavalier Corporation of Chattanooga, Tennessee, had its roots as a sawmill, the Tennessee Furniture Company of Chattanooga, which opened in 1865. Gaston Rao was the second owner of the furniture company. In 1905, he bought an additional enterprise, the odorless Refrigeration Company, which enabled the Tennessee Furniture Company to rapidly become the largest manufacturer of ice coolers in the country. In 1923, they chose the name Cavalier for their line of cedar hope chests and soda coolers. They continued to make the furniture in the division known as the Tennessee Furniture Company until 1960. The vending machine industry was largely dominated by Cavalier and the Vendo Company, both having lucrative contracts with Coca-Cola during the 50s and onwards. During the Depression in the 1930s, the Cavalier division of the Tennessee Furniture Company began a long-standing business relationship with the Coca-Cola Company. Calling itself Cavalier, they made soda machines, coolers, and picnic chests. In 1938, the company name was officially changed to the Cavalier Corporation. The Cavalier Corporation made products exclusively for Coca-Cola through the 1960s. The Cavalier Corporation was responsible for many firsts in the vending market. It was also the first to introduce a vending machine that was able to dispense both bottles and cans of soda. In the 1960s, the Cavalier Corporation was taken over by Seaberg Corporation. Seaberg was subsequently taken over by a succession of companies. In 1987, the Cavalier division filed for bankruptcy and was spun off as an employee-owned company. The company closed, unfortunately, in August of 2000. The evolution of vending machines started out as ice chests that leveraged the honor system, and Cavalier was well positioned to supply such furniture items given its existing market presence. As time progressed, through the 20s and into the 30s, there became a need to be able to automate the vending process to collect and secure revenue. The early systems, though, were not evolved enough to be able to prevent the use of slugs. Slugs, if you're not aware, are basically anything but a coin that could be used to trick the vending machine into vending product. This was often as simple as a metal washer. In the mid-1930s, the Kansas City-based Vendo Corporation was born, who became the king of Coca-Cola vending. The Cavalier Company's range is prefixed with a C, which denotes single selection, followed by a number. The number represents the bottle capacity of the machine. For example, the C12, manufactured from 1947 to 1966, could vend, or rather had a capacity of 12 bottles. The early C27 from 1949 to 1950 had a capacity of 27 bottles. This then led to larger machines such as the C102 that would actually vend from two sides. This unintentionally fueled segregation, as it would sometimes lead to a whites only and a coloured only side. The C33 was also manufactured from 1956 to 1957. Later upright multi-select or CS models were introduced. These provided not only more bottle capacity but also the ability to offer customers multiple bottled beverage options. The early and most popular being the CS-72 and the CS-96. Up to this point, these models were the sleek round-topped models. Moving into the early 1960s, Cavalier shifted to a new design of the CS models that had the more modern square-top machines, with the introduction of the CS-96C, CS-80C, and the CS-64C. At this point, I'd like to thank GrandAmericaJukebox.com, who have an excellent set of images and history on the full range of Cavalier product line. If you want to find out more, I strongly recommend checking out their site. Manufactured in 1957. This is the multi-vend model. Unlike the C models, the CS models are multi-vend. As you see here, this is the bottle rack inside. There are 12 positions, so you can actually vend 12 different product types. The CS-96 has 12 positions. The CS-72, which is its little brother, has 9 positions. The number following the CS is the number of bottles that it can hold. The CS-96 can hold 96, the CS-72 can hold 72. As I go through this restoration, I plan on doing this in 4 phases. Really the case of figuring out how to eat the elephant. Breaking this down, I think, into 4 manageable chunks is probably going to be the best way to go. The first phase is going to be to clean and restore the coin acceptor and the coin mechanism and coin rejector. So this unit here. The second phase will be to renovate the whole front door. So in essence, to take off the whole front door. It includes a few subcomponents, including this coin mechanism door. In general, this whole thing is in good shape. The coin mechanism door, though, or the coin access door, does have some dents. It looks like this was broken into in the past. The lock is missing. The lock mechanism is missing, so I need to replace that. And this lock here was added, which obviously isn't original and will be removed. I will have to do some Bondo work. I'll have to do some metal straightening to work to make that look new. Obviously, a number of components going to need replacing. I'll put a new panel with decal on here, probably a new bottle opener. We'll see what else needs replacing. The door itself is in pretty good shape. Again, all of this will be either sanded down, potentially sandblasted, not decided yet, and then repainted afresh. The front door refurbishment will also include the bottle access or the bottle stack access door. So it'll include this. I will probably, if this glass can't be cleaned up, I will look to get the new glass kit that's available. So that's phase 2. Phase 3 will be the tub. The tub includes the bottle stack, which has a whole ratchet mechanism that will be taken apart. Obviously, I only got one shelf missing here. I'll add a shelf, but all of this will be the actual tub itself. So this is the tub here that is mounted inside the main body. All of that I will take out, clean up. I don't plan on painting the shelves or any of the metal that's galvanized unless it's in really bad shape. Obviously, these bottle doors I will sand or sandblast to remove the paint and repaint. So that's stage 3. Stage 4 will be the actual cabinet itself. So the cabinet itself, once the pan, once the stack and everything is taken out, I can then either sand down or rub down or sandblast, fix any rust that's there. On the whole, it's in very good shape, and then repaint. And then lastly, stage 5. Stage 5 will be the refrigeration system. So at this moment in time, I don't know what state the refrigeration system is, but fair to say all of the wiring has perished. I've actually disconnected the wiring from it already. And the main reason being that, as I say, there are wires that are just bare, and I don't even want to try to power any of that up yet. When we come to the refrigeration system, it will need refilling. I will look to replace any parts that are rusted. If too many of the components, so if the compressor doesn't work, if the fans don't work, I may opt to go with a new refrigeration system instead. My goal, though, as part of stage 5, is to bring back to life the existing refrigeration system if possible. So to that end, I actually took the front panel off here already, so there is a metal panel that covers the front of this. But to this end, we want to really check out where we are with the overall system, what works, what doesn't. Again, as mentioned, I'm not going to test the refrigeration system. The wire normally, or the mains cable, comes in the back and connects into a junction block in the back. The junction block in the back provides power to the refrigeration system, and then provides power into this junction box here that is underneath the door, or underneath the front part of the door here. The power cable is missing, and that junction box is pulled apart. So I've isolated that whole back part of the wiring. What I then did was I took an appliance cable and I put 2 spade connectors on it and connected them in at the top here. So this is in the top right of the front junction box. The top right is the live wire. So that's typically the black wire. The next one down is the neutral wire, which is the white wire. So I've plugged them in there, and we'll see what happens when I insert some coins. Yeah.
See, it's stuck. It's stuck. See, it fell out. It came out here.
Yeah.
What?
Okay, go on then.
Nothing. Nothing.
Where'd it go?
Good question. Sounded like it fell right there. It wouldn't look at.
Okay, so clearly we have some work to do here. As we move to the first phase, and in the next video, we're going to tackle the coin mechanism and the coin acceptor, and I think we'll be moving that indoors for that. So tune in for the next episode. Like, subscribe, hit the bell button, the usual, and look forward to seeing you next time.